Hello my beautiful friends, it's Amanda here, and today we're going to do another declutter. I've been doing a declutter series on my channel over the past few weeks and I'm almost done. I thought I only had one more left to do, but I am going to kind of sneak this one in here because my nail polish collection once again has gotten out of control. Nail polish is one of those things that's so easy to grab and collect, and it always seems like there's a new color to try or a new color combination to try. My nail polish collection grows way too quickly, and I just counted. I have 167 polishes, base coats, top coats, that kind of thing. So I'd really like to cut down that number by about a third, which means I'm going to try to declutter between 50 and 60 polishes. So enough chatting, let's just get to the decluttering. Okay, we're starting off with the base coat and top coats. I have 13 here, so let's get rid of some of these. This is way too many. I definitely don't need these. I definitely don't use all of these. These two top coats are specially formulated to work with certain polishes, and I do enjoy those nail polishes, so I'm gonna keep these and use them as they're meant to be used. So both of these are gonna stay. They serve a very specific purpose, so definitely keeping these. These are two of my favorite top coats from OPI. I use both of these very frequently, as you can probably tell. At least this one you can see it's quite empty. I love these. I will continue to use them and repurchase them, so these are also definitely staying. Let's talk about the rest of these from OPI. These are all like base coats and nail strengtheners. The step one for the Infinite Shine is kind of my go-to. I love the Infinite Shine line so much. I actually don't know where my Infinite Shine top coat is, but I'm sure it's around here somewhere. I use it all the time, but I'm definitely keeping this one. I love it. This is my go-to base coat. These two definitely get neglected in my collection. I never reach for this one, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of it. This is the OPI Natural Nail Strengthener. The Nail Envy I prefer a little bit more than this one, so I'm gonna keep the Nail Envy and declutter the Natural Nail Strengthener. These three are from London Town, and I am a huge fan of the base coat, the nail hardener and base coat. This one really does a lot for me. I have kind of peely nails, and this one really does work for me. The Instant Smudge Fix, I've only tried it maybe 2 or 3 times. It didn't instantly fix any smudges, so I feel very comfortable getting rid of this one. Definitely gonna keep this one. And this is a good top coat. It's just not my favorite. I will reach for my OPI or my Sèche Vite over this one, so I'm gonna declutter this one as well. We only have 3 products left. One is the Sèche Vite top coat. I go through these really quickly. I enjoy this top coat a lot. It's a cult favorite for a reason, so I will be keeping this one. And lastly, we have this nail treatment base coat type thing. I've only used it a couple times. I don't really love it. I don't hate it. It's just not my favorite, so I'm going to declutter this one. And as you can see, this Essie gel setter I've never used. It's still in the box, so we'll give this one a chance. I'm going to keep this one for now, especially since it's still sealed, so I'll hang on to this one for now. Here I have some of my white, nude, and like gray silvery colors, and I probably missed some. My drawer's just really stuffed right now. We're just gonna go through these as best we can. These are some of my favorite shades to wear. As you can probably tell, I love neutral nails. Anything that's nude, silver, shimmery, it really steals my heart. This is gonna be tough, but let's just go ahead and rip the band-aid off. This is a really easy one to declutter. I talked about this in my Trash or Treasure video. This just really didn't work for me. It was very uneven and very messy looking, and just really didn't like it, so I'm gonna get rid of it. This Butter London polish in the shade Buttercream is the alternative that I offered in that video. I love this for a white base coat. It's actually kind of a cream color, but it just looks so nice and it pairs well with other polishes, so definitely keeping this one. I do have 2 more creamy nude colors that are similar to the Butter London one I kept, so I do think I need to declutter one of these. The Sally Hansen Miracle Gels are some of my favorites. This is the shade Birthday Suit. I really, really love this polish, and it's very similar to this one from London Town. This one's called Cheerio. And this one's nice. I just prefer this formula. So I'm gonna keep the Sally Hansen and declutter this London Town polish. Let's just go ahead and talk about this one. This is the Butter London polish in the shade Ta-Ta. I'm actually wearing it with another color on top. This is my favorite gray. I love this so much. This is 100% definitely staying in my collection. Here are two silver polishes that I never reach for. I think I've maybe used these once and they're just not getting a lot of love. So I'm gonna declutter both of these. I have no idea what shade this little silver OPI one is, but this Lacquer & Co one is called Dust to Dust. They just need a better home where they'll be loved more than my house. So these are both going. These two magical polishes are never going anywhere. This is the ColourPop polish in the shade I Want It That Way, and this is Happy Thoughts from Ren Polish. I mean, Happy Thoughts is one of my favorite nail polishes in my entire collection. Just look at it. It's so magical. I really like both of these. I'm definitely keeping both of these. Here's another super glittery top coat type thing. This is from the Candy Johnson and Sinful Colors collaboration, and it looks so gorgeous in the bottle, but the glitters are just too big. It makes it difficult for me to use. So I was really excited about the Candy Johnson polishes, and I still am excited. I'm just not gonna keep this one in my collection. Just didn't really work that well for me. I have held on to this Illamasqua polish for so long. Look, it's got like other polish dripped all over it. It's breaking apart. I've had it for years. It's a really unique, cool color. It's like a brownish gray with an iridescent blue shift. I really like this one, but it's just super old and it's time to get rid of it. I know that these two polishes look exactly alike. They actually have different shade names. This one is my favorite, Samoan Sand, and this one is a new one called Feeling Frisco from the California Dreaming collection. My Samoan Sand is getting a little old. I don't know if you can tell, but it's kind of changing colors at the bottom down there. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss this bottle of Samoan Sand. It is one of my all-time favorite polishes of life, but I'm just gonna go ahead and toss it because it's getting old and changing a funky color. So I will keep Feeling Frisco in its place. These last three are all gonna be keepers. This one is another from the Candy Johnson collection. This is one of those vintage matte shades. It's cool because it's like semi-matte. This one is from Bettina. I actually have not worn this on my nails yet, so I really want to try this formula. And this is a Morgan Taylor polish from their Beauty and the Beast collection. So all three of these are just gonna go right back into the drawer and continue living with me. Now we are looking at some light pinks and shimmery pinks. There will be more pink polish to come. This is just the first round. And again, these are all colors that I'm very drawn to, obviously, since I have acquired so many that are so similar. So let's try to cut down on this stash a little bit. First of all, these are actually technically the same shade. I do think they look a little bit different, but they're both the shade Excuse Me Big Sir. Just one is the regular polish formula and one's the Infinite Shine. I love the Infinite Shine polishes. I feel like I've already said that a million times, but I'll keep this one and I'll declutter the regular polish. These two shades are pretty similar, so I probably don't need both of them. I really enjoy my KL polishes, so I'm gonna keep Miss Honey and declutter this OPI one, but this is my kind of shade for sure. Here are two that are also pretty similar. Again, I probably don't need both. I do like both of these, but again, they're very similar. So I'm gonna keep my OPI and I'll declutter this Morgan Taylor polish. Here are three that are again pretty similar. I actually haven't worn this Koki polish yet. I've had this one for a really long time, so I think I'm gonna give the Koki one a shot. I know I love this one, and this one's just pretty old, so this one's probably time to be tossed. Here are three just regular old light pink polishes. Again, probably don't need all three of these. This one is Strawberry Milk. It's one of my favorites from all of the Candy Johnson polishes that I tried. And this one's called Throwing Shade. Again, love my Sally Hansen polishes. So I'm gonna pass on this Koki one. This one is called Berries and Cream. So I will pass this one on and I'll keep these two pink shades. And I'm left with these four. Honestly, I know that these two look really similar. They are pretty similar, but I really enjoy all of these and have used them a lot. I like all of these. I know they look similar. Don't judge me, it's my polish. I'm keeping all four of these. Here we have some like mauve colors, gray, black, and a couple of sparkly pink stragglers that I missed for the last round. I can tell you right now, a lot of these are not gonna go. I don't know what it is about this batch of colors, but I just know not a lot of these are gonna be decluttered today. First of all, this Nails Ink polish in Black Taxi is the only true black cream polish that I have. So this is a staple, definitely gotta keep this one. Yet again, two OPI polishes that look really, really similar. This one's a little bit lighter. I like this kind of polish, but I only really need one. So I'm gonna keep the slightly lighter silver and declutter this more gunmetal silver color. I feel like we might as well talk about these three. They are kind of similar, different enough for me to justify keeping them all. This one's comfy and cashmere. As you can see, it has a bit of a shift to it. This one is slightly warmer mauve, if you will. Keeping all of these, loving all of these, definitely never decluttering these three. Let's talk about these kind of pinky sparklies. This one, as you can probably tell, has a gorgeous holographic shift. This one's from Koki. It's called Celestial, and I really enjoy this. I've only worn it once and I loved it. So gotta keep this one. Just look at it. So pretty. This one is Rose Quartz from Butter London. I'm actually wearing it right now on top of that gray polish called Tata that I mentioned earlier. This is Spoonful of Sugar, another one with just too chunky of glitter to really work for me. So I'm gonna keep this Butter London polish and I'm gonna get rid of this really chunky glitter. Okay, we're down to 4, and just for your enjoyment, take a look at that. I mean, can you ever get sick of looking at nail polish like this? Cause I can't. This one is Urban Magic from Sinful Colors. I mean, just look at it. So pretty. This is probably the best silver polish I've ever used ever. It's called Up All Night. London Town. Poor London Town. They're not doing well today because I'm gonna declutter this one as well. This is a nice polish. It's just not really the kind of shade I wear a lot. So I'm gonna declutter this one as well. Next up is some pastel, minty greens, blues, lavender kind of shades. I have a lot of these and I feel like a lot of them look really similar. So this is a good place to get a lot of decluttering done because honestly, like, look at these. I really don't need all of these shades. These look so similar. Right off the bat, this is the shade Let's Get Digital. I love this. This is such a special polish. I will never ever declutter this. I could have this for the next 50 years. I am so keeping this one. Let's talk about these 4 shades. Yes, they look so similar. I absolutely do not need all 4 of these. These are probably the 2 I'm gonna keep because I love these. I know them by heart. I'm definitely keeping these. So I'll declutter these 2. I don't dislike these polishes. I just have similar shades already in formulas that I love a little bit more. So I'm gonna declutter these 2 blue shades. Here we have 3 lavender colors that again look very, very similar. I really only need to keep one of these. This Trust Fund Beauty one I've had forever and I really never reach for it. I don't dislike it. I just have so many shades like this. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. And these 2 Koki polishes look really similar. I do like the Koki formula a lot. So similar, I'm just gonna keep Iris and declutter Heavenly. Oh boy, look at all these turquoisey green, minty green polishes. These 2 Sinful Colors polishes look really similar. This one's the Vintage Matte and this one is a shiny formula and I just prefer this one a little bit more. So I'm gonna get rid of Mint Chip and keep Flip Tease. I think these 2 look more similar in person than they do on camera. I have never used this Michael Kors one, so I'm gonna keep my tried and true OPI and declutter this one. Okay. I know you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I do want to keep all of these. These three, I'm just gonna say it out loud because I know we're all thinking it. They look really similar, and you know what? They are. But I really like this shade. I like all three of these polishes. Yes, they're similar. Sorry, not sorry, I'm keeping them. This one is called Confetti, and I know I've been hating on these chunky glitter shades all video long, but I actually really love this one. I've worn it a few times and I was happy with it, so I'm gonna keep Confetti. And these two are just unique in my collection, so that's why I'm gonna hang on to them. I don't have any other shades that really look like these, so these are gonna stay too. Here are some yellow, gold, and bronzy shades. I have these two mustardy yellow shades. I'm really going to reach for Caramello over this one anytime I want this sort of dark mustardy yellow. So I'm gonna keep Caramello and Declutter Cavalier. Here we have some lighter yellow shades, and these two are really kind of dissimilar enough that I want to keep both of them. I really like these worn together actually, so I'm gonna hang on to both of these. These three are kind of the darker glittery shades that we have in this pile here. This Orly one called Party in the Hills is one of my all-time favorites. I definitely love this one. I know that I need to hang on to it. So between these two, I actually prefer the glittery finish of this Sinful Colors polish. So I'm gonna hang on to Heart of Gold and I'm gonna declutter this Butter London polish. Now again, we're down to the favorites. These are all pretty similar when you think about it. They're sort of shimmery, champagne-y kind of colors, and I really am drawn to all of these, but I am gonna declutter a couple of them just because you know I'm gonna buy more shades like this in the future anyway. So let's try to get rid of at least a couple of these. I think I'm gonna declutter these two shades. This is technically supposed to be a top coat, and I just never really reach for it. I kind of forget that I have it. So I'm gonna declutter these two, and I'm gonna keep these remaining polishes. And these are two of my go-tos when I don't know what color I wanna paint my nails. I reach for one of these. This is Pop the Champagne, and this one is called Sweet Caramel Sundae. This was actually just in a favorites video. So if you're looking for a great polish, go and buy this one. I'm really not gonna talk too much about these because honestly, guys, these are so similar. I really just need to just purge some of these out. I mean, these shades, look at this. Like really, what is this? These two look exactly alike, don't they? Come on. I'm just gonna get rid of this one and keep these two. We don't have to talk too much about it. They look exactly the same. These two look exactly the same. This one has a little bit more gold shimmer to it. I'm gonna keep Pink Velvet. These are three more unique shades. This is a really neon color. It's called Off the Wall. I'll keep all three of these just because they are more different than any of the other pinks in my collection. Here are three orange OPI polishes. Again, these two look exactly the same. I really don't need them. This one is a lighter orange, so I'll keep this one. These look exactly the same. I'm just gonna keep this one and declutter this one. These are, again, very similar. I like the Essie formula just a little bit more than the Habit, so I'm gonna keep the Essie and declutter this Habit polish. I'm gonna declutter these two as well. I think all of these look pretty similar, so I need to get rid of at least two of them. So these two are gonna go. Now we are on to reds and berry shades and one rogue orange that made its way into this pile somehow. I think that a lot of these shades are actually pretty unique. I know when they're all kind of piled here together, they look a lot alike, but I think that a lot of these are not too similar, so we'll just see if we can get rid of one or two of these. Let's start with these three kind of terracotta shades. These three are pretty similar. I think this one's a bit darker. This shade in Chocolate Mousse is one of my favorites, so I know I need to hang on to this one. And between these two, I think I would prefer this slightly deeper Butter London shade, so I'm gonna hang on to this one and declutter the Bettina Cosmetics. Next we have some berry red type shades, and I think I'm gonna try to get rid of two of these because these are all pretty similar. This Butter London in the shade Broody is one of my favorites, so I know I need to hang on to this one. I'm also a really big fan of this Essie polish in Dress to Kilt. This is one of my favorite kind of fall winter shades. So I think I'm gonna hang on to the Essie polish, and I'm gonna get rid of these two kind of berry red shades. These are all pretty unique and really kind of versatile red shades, so I'm gonna keep all of these. Now we're on to purples, and let's just start off on a high note. These Pure Ice polishes I have never even opened, so I don't think that I need to keep these. I'm just gonna go ahead and call it like it is and get rid of this whole set. From this pile, I think these two are the most similar. They're both really pretty. They're both formulas that I like, but I think I prefer this Morgan Taylor polish just a little bit. They are very, very similar, so I'm just gonna declutter this OPI polish and keep the last petal. These two really dark purples are also pretty similar. I like both of these formulas pretty equally, so I'm just going to keep the Habit polish simply because I like the packaging better, but they're equally good. I just don't need to keep both. And now what we're left with, I think, are all decently different from each other, so I am gonna keep the rest of these purple shades. Now we have blues and greens. I know, again, a lot of these are really similar, so I'm really ready to let go of some of these shades. Let's just start with these blues that are all really obviously very close to the same color. Honestly, I probably only need one of these, and if I was gonna keep one, I would keep the Infinite Shine. I just love this formula. This is the one I'm gonna reach for out of these four. So I'm gonna keep one, and I'm gonna declutter these three. Here we have two deep kind of bluish green sparkly polishes. These are pretty close to the same shade. I'm gonna keep the Essie one. I just like the tone of this a little bit better. So keeping this one and decluttering this one. I think all of these shades are pretty unique. I have not tried these three yet, so I know I want to keep them and test them out. But overall, I mean, these are some of my favorite polishes. This Nails Ink blue called Baker Street is probably the best blue nail polish in the world. And this Orly polish in the shade Skinny Dip is my favorite summer polish. I love this. I love blue nail polish. It's like the 90s girl in me. So all these blues, in all honesty, are all staying. And these three green polishes are all very different. I do enjoy them, and I feel like this is a good variety, so I don't see any repeats here, and I'm happy with keeping these as well. These are just the random stragglers that were left in my drawer that I didn't pick up and put in any of these other color categories. I am gonna get rid of two of these. I'm gonna get rid of these two. I just don't grab for these, and I know that I have other kind of vampy colors that I will prefer over these, so I'm gonna go ahead and donate these as well. These shimmery polishes are all just too pretty to pass up. Look at that shimmer. I haven't worn these yet, but oh my goodness, so pretty. This is one of my favorites in my collection, so gotta have this as well. That was a way bigger job than I thought it was gonna be, going through all those polishes. And I'm really, really happy with the progress I made today. I did end up with 51 polishes in my donate box. I said I wanted to get rid of between 50 and 60 today, so I definitely met that goal. Let me see if I can show you this box without spilling it everywhere. That's it. I have found an organization here that will take all of my lightly used makeup as long as I sanitize it. I'm so excited, so happy that I have found somewhere to donate all this stuff to. I do let my friends and family go through it when they come by, but I am gonna make a huge drop to a group that does outreach here locally. If you declutter your makeup, I highly, highly encourage you to look for somewhere that will take your makeup. And if you can't find someone there locally who will take anything lightly used, then I'm gonna include a link to an organization below in the description box where you can send lightly used makeup and they will donate it for you. That's all for today's video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.